The unexpected war, the sky above Earth cracked open like glass. For a few seconds, no one on the surface noticed, but high above, in orbit, two alien ships arrived in silence, sleek, dark, and unlike anything built by human hands. Inside the smaller one, two girls sat side by side, faces cold, eyes tired. Their names were Luna and Vela, daughters of a powerful alien general from the planet Ziralon. They were not tourists. They were exiles. Earth? That's where they're sending us? Luna asked, arms crossed. Father made it clear. Vela replied softly. Either this or prison. They had broken rules back home, not by fighting, but by feeling. Luna had fallen in love with a lower-ranked male. Vela had spoken out against a war her family helped start. Now, their punishment was this: live among humans, learn their weakness, return with proof of their inferiority, or never return at all. Their ship landed quietly in a snowy forest on Earth, in a quiet place called Montana. No explosions, no sirens, just cold wind and falling snow. But they weren't alone. Someone had seen the descent. His name was Drew Carter, a 22-year-old mechanic who lived alone after his mother's passing. He loved old Earth tech, hated crowds, and trusted dogs more than people. He had seen the sky flash red from his cabin window. He grabbed his flashlight and coat and followed the trail into the trees, and there he found them. Two alien girls. One, with silver skin and glowing blue eyes. The other with soft lavender hair and eyes like storm clouds. They turned when they saw him. He froze. They didn't. You're human, Luna said, stepping forward. Yeah, Drew replied, blinking. Why are you not afraid? Why don't you have weapons? He asked back. There was a pause, and then, to everyone's surprise, Luna smiled. They had expected humans to tremble, to scream, to kneel. But this one? He looked at them like they were just lost girls. And in a way they were. That night Drew didn't report them. He brought them blankets, water, food. He didn't ask questions. Just said, "Looks like you're not here to hurt anyone. That's good enough for me." And left them alone. Inside the ship, Luna sat by the glowing control panel. "Why is he helping us?" she asked. "Because we didn't scare him," Vela answered. "Maybe that's what makes him dangerous." They both laughed softly. For the first time in months, it didn't feel like exile. It felt like discovery. Back in orbit, the command ship watched quietly. They sent down surveillance drones. Secret orders were issued. Observe the girls. Observe the human. If contamination occurs, destroy them all. But on the surface, in the stillness of winter, something strange was beginning. Not war, not fear, a connection. The first contact snow still covered the forest floor. Drew Carter returned the next day. He didn't tell anyone. No one would believe him anyway. Two alien girls landing behind his cabin? People would think he drank too much coffee, or lost his mind. But he brought more supplies, blankets, tools, canned food, and a small radio. Luna and Vela were waiting. They hadn't left their ship. Not because they were scared, but because the Earth air felt strange. "It's too alive," Vela whispered. "Even the wind has a sound here." When Drew approached, Luna stepped out first. Her silver skin reflected the sunlight. Her stance was confident like a warrior, but her eyes seemed curious. "You came back," she said. "Of course," Drew answered. "You're not exactly tourists, are you?" He handed them the supplies, then the radio. "This will let you listen to Earth broadcasts, music, news, language." Vela turned the dial. A song crackled through, something slow and soft. A human love song. Her eyes widened. "This is allowed here?" "Of course," Drew said, surprised. "Music is how we survive." The sisters sat near the ship entrance, listening. not talking. Drew didn't interrupt. He just sat nearby, drinking hot tea from his thermos. That night, Vela whispered, "This isn't weakness." "What?" Luna asked. "This planet, these people, they care for small things, gentle things. That's not weakness. It's something else." Luna didn't answer, but she didn't argue either. Back in orbit, a message was sent. Subjects have not returned home. Human male has made contact, mission deviation possible. The reply was cold. If they bond with a native, terminate. 3 days passed. Then Luna stepped outside alone and knocked on Drew's door. He opened it, surprised, but calm. "Something wrong?" "We want to understand your world." "That's a big request. Will you teach us?" He looked into her eyes. She was taller, stronger, clearly alien, but not cold, not cruel, just uncertain. "Yeah," he said. "I'll show you around, but stay covered. You'd cause a panic." They visited the local town, hiding their features under scarves and glasses, the market, the bus stop, a small bookstore. Vela's eyes lit up when she saw Earth books. She ran her hand over the paper, whispering, "We use crystal memory on our planet, but this feels alive." Luna saw children playing in the snow. One boy fell. The others helped him up, laughing. She tilted her head. "Why do they help the weak one?" "Because here, we don't leave people behind," Drew said. She didn't speak for a long time after that. That night, inside their ship, Luna paced. "He's not like our soldiers." "He's not a soldier," Vela said softly. "He's human. And he's changing us." Meanwhile, the sky above Earth shifted. A silent ship entered low orbit, smaller, sharper, and darker than before. "Initiate observation unit. Prepare extraction if contamination confirmed." The sisters had little time, but they didn't know that yet. Secrets in the snow. Late at night, the snow fell heavier than ever. Wind howled through the pine trees near Drew's cabin, but inside it was warm. The alien ship hummed quietly, buried halfway in snow and hidden from skywatchers. Luna stood by the doorway, watching the storm outside. She wasn't used to stillness. Her homeworld had red deserts, storms of sand, and cities in the clouds. Not this cold, soft silence. "You're not sleeping again," Vela said gently. "I don't trust it." "The snow?" Luna didn't answer. She turned away. "We're forgetting who we are." "No," Vela said. "We're remembering what we could be." The next morning, Drew knocked gently on their ship. He brought tools, spare batteries, and hot food again. "Snow's getting heavier. You might want to dig the vents out before ice blocks them." He paused, looked at Luna. "You all right?" "You ask that every day." "Because I mean it every day." She said nothing, just stared. Something in her chest felt strange, tight. Not pain, not fear, something harder to name. Later, as Drew and Vela cleared snow from around the ship, they noticed something strange. Line of perfect circles in the snow and almost invisible. Too smooth, too evenly spaced. "That's not from any animal," Drew said. "It's a drone trail," Vela whispered. Back inside, they told Luna. She didn't panic. She went silent. "Then we're being watched." "Your people?" Drew asked. "Or worse?" That night, a low sound came from the trees, a soft mechanical click. Click, click. Vela went outside with her scanner. The screen flashed red. "Stealth tech, Cyrillon make. It's military grade." "They sent hunters," Luna growled. "Not to retrieve us," Vela added, "to erase us." Drew didn't hesitate. "Then we need to move, hide deeper." "You're not part of this," Luna told him. "I am now," he replied. "I know too much. And honestly, I care too much." She stared at him again. That same strange feeling returned. Unfamiliar, uncomfortable, undeniable. They moved under nightfall, into a nearby cave Drew had explored years ago as a child. It was dry, shielded, and had a small backup generator he kept there for emergencies. Inside, Luna sat close to the fire Drew built. "Why do you keep helping us?" she asked suddenly. "Because you're not invaders," he said. "You're just lost. We were sent to study your weakness," she admitted. "Then I guess you failed," Drew said, smiling. "Because humans don't break that easy." Outside, a dark shape moved between the trees, a drone, silent, recording. Then it turned and flew back into the clouds. "Mission update sent. Subjects have bonded with human asset. Recommend termination." But inside the cave, something else was happening. The fire flickered. Vela curled up with a book Drew had brought. Luna sat near him, closer than before. She looked at his hand, and for the first time in her life, she wanted to hold it. But didn't. Not yet. The order to kill in the dark of space aboard a stealth cruiser hovering above Earth's orbit. A silent message appeared on the lead officer's screen. Direct contact confirmed. Both subjects have developed emotional attachment to human asset. Initiate Protocol E. Terminate subjects and erase all evidence. Commander Sarek didn't hesitate. He pressed a button. 3 hunter units activated and dropped silently into Earth's atmosphere, cloaked in black plasma. Back on Earth, in the cave nestled deep in the forest, Luna's eyes snapped open. She wasn't dreaming. She felt it, a shift in the wind. Not natural. She stood and scanned the trees outside the cave, her alien senses sharper than any human's. "They're coming," she whispered. "Who?" Drew asked, grabbing his jacket. "My people, elite units, killers trained to erase disobedience. And witnesses." Vela stood as well, eyes wide. "They sent the Wraith class." Drew didn't know what that meant, but from their expressions it wasn't good. "Then we don't run," he said. "We fight." Luna looked at him. "You're human. Fragile." "You keep saying that," he snapped, "but I'm still standing beside you." That silenced her, and in that silence, something shifted again. Respect, not forced, not earned through rank, but chosen. They worked fast. Drew handed them weapons from his emergency bunker, old Earth Tech rifles and EMP grenades. Vela modified them using alien circuitry from the ship. "They won't last long," she warned, "but long enough to run." "We're not running," Drew said again. Night fell harder. The snowstorm outside grew wild. Then, silence. And then, movement. 3 dark shapes stepped into the clearing, almost invisible. They were tall, faceless, moving like shadows. Hunters. Inside the cave, Drew gritted his teeth and aimed. "Time to see how fragile I really am." Vela smiled. Luna drew her plasma blade. "If we die fighting," she said. "No," Drew said. "We live. Together." The first hunter entered, blades gleaming. Drew fired the EMP grenade. Boom. It exploded in a flash of blue light. The hunter twitched and fell, circuits frying. "One down!" Drew yelled. Luna rushed the second. She moved like lightning, blade glowing white-hot, cutting through the enemy's armor with a scream. Vela disabled the third with a shockwave pulse. The battle was over in seconds. But Drew was bleeding, a deep cut along his side. Luna dropped to her knees beside him. "Why did you stand and fight?" "Because you matter." "Even if I was sent here to study your weakness?" "That's exactly why." He smiled through the pain. "Because love is not a weakness." Luna stared at him. Then something she never expected happened. She cried. One silent tear rolled down her cheek and froze halfway in the cold air. Above Earth, the commander received no signals from his hunters, no movement, no life. "Subjects are compromised," he hissed. "Prepare orbital strike." When stars turned red, the sky over Montana began to shimmer, not with stars, but with warning. From orbit, the Ziralon command ship had activated its secondary protocol, orbital precision strike, one target, one purpose, to burn away all proof the two exiled daughters had ever touched Earth. In the cave below, Luna gently wrapped a bandage around Drew's waist. He grunted, but didn't complain. "You should have run," she whispered. "You should have never. I've been punished for having a heart," he replied. Their eyes met again. Vela sat nearby, watching the scanner. Her hands were shaking. "I don't want to die here," she said quietly. "Not when I just started to feel alive." Luna stood. "Then we don't die." "You said that before." "This time," she growled, "I mean it." Suddenly, the scanner beeped. Vela stared at it. "What is it?" Drew asked. "High orbit plasma surge. That's not a drone, that's a cannon. They're going to vaporize the entire region," Luna muttered. They had two choices: run and still be tracked, or send a message. One they couldn't ignore. Drew grabbed his coat and headed out. "Where are you going?" Luna shouted. "To my truck. I have an old transmitter. If we're going down, I'm going to tell them exactly who you are before they do it." "You'll die before you get there," Vela cried. "Then someone has to survive long enough to tell your people." This was a mistake, but he didn't make it alone. Luna followed him, and for the first time she grabbed his hand. No armor, no gloves, just skin, warm, shaking, real. They reached the truck, snow up to their knees, sky glowing red above. Drew connected the transmitter. The old screen lit up. "Give me the frequency," he said. "I know it," Luna whispered. She began to speak into the mic, using the Ziralon High Command code. "This is Luna Zay of House Tyra. I have not abandoned my duty, I have completed it. I found the human's greatest weapon." She looked at Drew, then up at the sky. "And it is not strength. It is mercy." There was silence. Then the signal confirmed receipt. But no response. 5 minutes passed. 10. Then, the glowing red in the sky began to dim. The plasma cannon powered down. Back in orbit, Commander Sarek smashed his fist into the console. "You fools. You let her speak. You let her prove them wrong." On Earth, in the snow-covered truck, Luna sat back, breathing hard. "Did it work?" Drew asked. "For now," she replied. "What changed their minds?" "Not what I said." She looked at him. "What I felt when I said it." That night, the three of them returned to the cave. No drones, no soldiers, no cannon. For the first time in weeks, silence meant safety. "Why did they stop?" Vela asked. "Because," Luna spoke like a queen. Drew smiled. Luna looked down. "Maybe. I became one." The queen in hiding 1 week passed. No drones, no orders, no death from the sky. For the first time since arriving on Earth, Luna and Vela could breathe. The cave had become their shelter, their home. Vela spent most of her time reading Earth books. She loved poetry, especially the kind about stars and lovers and dying roses. Luna, however, began to walk more. With Drew, through the snow-covered trees. Sometimes they talked, sometimes they didn't, but they always walked together. "What are you thinking?" he asked one day as they stood beside a frozen stream. "That I was trained to lead an army," Luna said quietly. "Not to feel things. Feelings make us more than soldiers. Feelings get us exiled." Drew picked up a flat stone and skipped it across the icy water. "Or they lead to something new." She looked at him. Really looked. His eyes were soft, not afraid. His hands were strong, but not hardened by war. He was human, fragile, mortal. But he had changed her. That night, Luna stood by the cave entrance. The stars above were bright. She whispered into her old communicator, unsure if it still worked. "This is Luna Zay. I'm alive. I've seen Earth. I've touched humanity. And I won't return, because I'm no longer yours to command. Unbeknownst to her, someone heard it. Back in orbit, a young officer, her cousin, intercepted the message. She stared at the screen, stunned. She survived. Instead of forwarding the signal, she hesitated and deleted it. Meanwhile, Vela had begun planting something near the cave. Small earth seeds Drew gave her. They're called wildflowers, he said. They grow where no one expects beauty. Vela smiled. Like us. But danger was never far. That night, Drew noticed strange footprints in the snow, too big to be human, not the same as the drones. He alerted Luna. She tracked them silently for hours, until she found something chilling, a fresh impact crater. Another pod had landed, recently, and this one wasn't from Sheer alone. She rushed back to the cave. It's not my people, she said. It's something else, something older. What do you mean? Drew asked. A scavenger race, mercenaries, they sell anything, even people. Vela froze. They're here for us? No, Luna said. She looked at Drew. They're here for him. The choice that changed everything the next morning, the air, was still. Too still. Drew opened his eyes and reached for his coat, but found Luna already awake, standing at the cave entrance with her blade drawn. They're close, she whispered. Vela stood behind her, eyes wide, clutching the book Drew gave her like it was a weapon. Mercenaries, Luna added. They don't follow rules, they don't need permission. If they know you helped us, they'll sell you. Then we end this, Drew said. The three moved out, quiet as the wind. Snow crunched beneath their boots as they followed the trail deeper into the forest, and then they saw it. A sleek, jagged ship, half buried in the ice. Burned symbols on the side. Not Shiralon. Something older. From the shadows, three figures emerged. Tall, armored. Faces, hidden. Each one armed with plasma rifles and wrist blades. They didn't speak. They aimed. Surrender the human, the lead one finally growled. No, Luna replied calmly. Then die. The first shot fired. Luna deflected it midair with her blade. Vela activated a pulse bomb Drew helped wire. Blinding flash. Drew tackled one from the side, slamming him with a shock rod. But there were too many. The lead mercenary pinned Drew to a tree, blade at his neck. You're worth more than these women combined. Funny, Drew coughed. They're worth more than my whole planet. The blade drew closer, until, shh. Luna's sword pierced the mercenary's back. He fell. Drew gasped, falling to his knees. They won, but barely. Drew was bruised. Vela had a burn on her arm. Luna was limping. Still, they survived. Together. Later that night, Luna stood outside the cave again. I don't want to run anymore. You won't have to, Drew said, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. My people might never accept this. Us. Then let them stay in the past, he said softly. We'll build something new. A light flickered in the sky. Another ship. But this one, familiar. Vela's eyes widened. It's not a warship. It's a consulate vessel. They're offering something, Luna guessed. A deal. The message came through, moments later. This is Counselor Ria of Zirelon, Luna Zay, Vela. You are no longer exiled. Return as ambassadors, or stay as free citizens. They had a choice. Go home, or make Earth their new home. Luna looked at Drew. Vela smiled, standing beside a patch of blooming wildflowers, and Luna said, We choose love.